evening, everyone. Welcome to the Long Reach TV network. Tonight we have got two powerhouse who are going to talk to us about demystifying network marketing. In studio with us we have got Maggy and obviously our SD Vivian Mukome. But before we go further into the interview, I would like Maggy to introduce herself. Maggy.
Good evening, everybody. I am so honored to be here today. Thank you, guys.
It's
a pleasure.
Yeah, so I'm Maggy Muluzi. I come from Soweto, born and bred in Soweto. I've got 4 siblings, and so I did my private schooling. I mean, my primary schooling goes Soweto, and then I was one of those fortunate people who got a scholarship to go to St. Mary's School for Girls.
Oh wow! Okay.
And after that, I went to UCT. I've got a social science degree, but I did not do anything in social science. So as part of my degree, I did computer science and maths as well. So I went on, I started working as a developer because I did some programming courses, and I've been a developer almost all my life. So I'm an IT software developer. I don't develop anymore. I've moved in the ranks and I became a manager for a CRM team, but now I've joined a very big company that I will not mention, and I love my job, okay? And yeah, what else do you want to know about me?
Wow. I mean, I must say, I'm standing here with two women who have made it within the IT industry. I don't know what a developer does, but I mean, it's such an honor to have the two of you here. So I guess there must be something special about women who are specialists in IT.
Of course. We know
Is
it
there
all.
like a je ne sais quoi that makes you successful in network marketing?
You know what? Network marketing for me did not, I was not all about network marketing, because I always looked at it as, who does that? You know, it seems like something for losers. Who does network marketing? You know, I remember that there was this lady in our estate and who used to say to me, Maggie, come for a presentation. I only knew network marketing to be about presentation. And for me, it was such a low-class thing to do, you know. Yeah. And she used to say to me, when she invited me, I would say, I was Caroline, and now I'm going to study. I'm doing my research for my MBA. I said, Maggie, you are still studying. You could make money now. And I didn't get it then. Make money now. Network marketing, talking to people. No. And you know that lady, she built her house, cash, from network marketing.
How long ago was this, Maggie?
Shoo, it was less than 10 years ago.
Okay.
Yeah, just when we moved in. Yeah, about 12 years ago.
Wow.
Oh, wow.
And
so this has been around for that long?
For long.
No.
What, Maggie, what was your understanding of network marketing at that time?
My understanding was you must present to people and try and convince people to get something that they probably don't need. And it was just not for people who were not professionals like me. It was not for me.
Yeah,
No, it wasn't.
SD, what was your understanding of network marketing?
You know, I'll be honest, fate led me into this industry. I didn't wake up and say, I want to be a professional network marketer. I didn't even know what is that. Like Maggie, I used to look down at this profession. To me, this was a profession for losers or for people who were looking for shortcuts in life.
Exactly.
And also being an IT techie, I mean, I knew how people perceived this industry. After all, not everyone could make it in there. I mean, we all knew that only, you know, the A students had a chance to make it into this field. So when you told me about convincing people to join and doing presentations, that wasn't for me. I looked down at it, and I think it's because of how it was portrayed, you know, and the people that introduced me to this industry. I'll be honest, when I looked at them, you see, hear what I'm saying? I'm saying them.
Yeah,
them.
exactly.
When I look at them,
And you were one of them today.
Exactly. I didn't want to do it. I didn't see myself doing that, you know. Yeah, so I looked down at it
Wow,
for many years.
it's very interesting that you say when you looked at them, you didn't want to be like them. What was it about them that you did not want in your own life?
How it was presented, I'm a very consecutive and reserved person. You know, I'm not the person who will go around and talk about my bank balance, you know, or talk about money carelessly. And coming from a banking sector, I mean, where you've been taught how to treat or relate with money, and how I saw them doing that, for me, There was a lot of security risk. I didn't like how, and there was so much noise that was happening. And they made it as if it's easy. I mean, for me, I'm currently a master's. I have master's degree in information systems and business application. That took me 7 years. And it wasn't just 7 years, but it was 7 years of hard work.
Hard work.
And how they went on and on making a mockery about professional, that to me was an insult.
Of
you know,
course.
some will go on Facebook and saying it's just a piece of paper. And I'll say, if it's a piece of paper, why don't you have it? You know, if it's a piece of paper, everybody should have it.
Yeah.
So it's how this thing was presented, and I didn't like it. There was so much noise. They make it as if it's so easy, you know, to make it and to make those millions. And I rejected. I didn't reject necessarily the industry, but I rejected the proposal.
Okay.
I didn't want to
Okay.
be part of that. I didn't want
Yeah.
to be part of the noise without substance.
Okay, I think one important, factor that I would like us to pick from this point is the person that's presenting the opportunity is extremely important. They can actually just put you off network marketing. Maggie, you are busy with your MBA, and this woman tells you about network marketing. A couple of years later on, you
Where I
get
am.
into network marketing. Why?
You know what?
What changed?
You know, Dr. Wayne Dyer says that the highest form of ignorance is when you reject something you don't know anything about.
Wow.
And that is exactly what I had done.
No, this is powerful. Repeat that again.
The highest form of ignorance
Okay.
is when you reject something you have never heard anything about.
Wow.
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 And so perception had made me reject, just like Vivian did, you know. And today, you know, I say to people, if you've been working like Maggie for more than 20 years and you have not paid off your house,
Yeah, something's wrong.
let's say 10 years, for more than 10 years,
Yeah.
you have not paid off your house. For more than 10 years, you have not, you cannot afford to say, let me pay my kids' fees up front. Those are the little things that we can do, right? Then something is wrong. You need to be looking for something else.
Okay.
Okay. And I suppose that's when this thing came back to me to say, and I didn't go into network marketing saying that, oh, I want to be a network marketer. I just came in to say, oh, I'm interested in this product. And then when life hits and finances hit, and then you look for alternative ways of making money, and you see that people are making it, you know, without qualifications.
Yeah.
You know,
That's
someone
the
says-
most interesting thing about a lot of the people.
That's
who
what I'm
have been-
saying. The same with me. Fate led me into this. You know, my financial situation also led me into this. I mean, I saw people who didn't even have the same amount of qualification, the
Exactly.
same amount of experience that I had making it.
Exactly.
And I mean, same as what you're saying. I've been in the banking sector for more than a decade, and I was
things are not getting together.
I'm not getting together. And that's when I said, "Hang ten, something is not right here." You know, it's about time I start making research about this profession. If this same profession that I'm looking down at is able to transform the life of those that I look down at, and me being a professional, I'm still not making it, something is not adding up here. There's
Okay.
something that is wrong.
You come to a point where you start thinking about money generation,
Yeah.
you know, and start thinking about, why are we working? Why am I running after this MBA?
Yeah.
What do I want to achieve? For
Higher
me,
salary.
exactly,
Recognition.
exactly.
And then-
It came to that. So we need to start re-looking at the way we look at money,
Money,
and
yeah.
how we generate money. Because if you keep thinking the way you're thinking, you're going to be sitting with your. We're not saying don't get educated. We are where we are because of the education we have, and sometimes we make it in this industry as well because we can apply what we've learned.
So true.
You know, so we don't disregard that. But what we're saying is that, for me, I'm still full-time employed. I'm not in this full-time, but I know that I've got options. I can choose to stay where I am in terms of my full-time employment, or say I'm going to work myself out of that, or I'm going to do both. That's the beauty of it as well. It's very flexible. It doesn't say require you to leave where you are at. So it supplements your salary, number one, and then it eventually becomes your main salary. And then you've
It
got
did with me.
exactly.
Yeah.
So you both are in this IT profession. You mentioned something very important. You said network marketing, or the people who are in this profession. I mean, that's where you are as Vivian, where you treat network marketing as a profession. I mean, what makes it a profession? You know, for me, when I think in a layman's term, I mean, somebody that's sitting at home might be thinking, but what do you mean about this profession? To me, a profession is something that you probably have to go to school for. You need to acquire skills, you need to acquire knowledge, whether be it technical knowledge, application, and you know that over time you will be able to move up the ranks, and you stick in this profession. It could either be, you know, your whole entire life, or you could be in this profession for 5-10 years, but that's what we know, or at least that's my understanding of a profession. So to someone that's sitting at home, what do you both mean when you talk about network marketing
as a profession? I'm looking at my phone because I want to read from you what is a definition of profession.
Okay.
Because I think that's where we struggled as well when we looked at this and thought, you know, that is not for us. Profession, let me read it for you from what I have gotten here. I had to check this so that you don't say it's coming from Maggy, because now she's in network marketing. She thinks she can fool us into thinking. Okay.
Of course.
It's a someone, right, who is engaged in a specified activity as one's main paid occupation rather than an amateur, number one. Number two, there's one that says...
So it's someone that's engaged in an occupation,
In an
Yes.
activity.
in an activity.
Yes.
It refers to anyone
Anyone.
who earns their living from performing an activity that requires a certain level of education, skill, or training.
Yeah.
Can you just stop there? You're talking about education, skill, and training. So while I'm thinking about this network marketing as a profession, what comes to mind is I need education, I need training, and I need skill. Where do I get that from?
The nice thing about it is you learn on the job. And while you are learning, you are getting paid. That's a bit about network marketing. It is so unique that you don't need a lot
Like
of
the
money.
nursing and the teachers' colleges.
You know, the nice thing about network marketing is that everybody in the industry, whatever business you have joined, they are rooting for you to succeed. They've got training programs. All these companies have got training programs, but you need to make it, you have to decide that I want to be a professional and tap into those tools that are made available for you.
To help you.
And there's so much reading, there's so much material that, I mean, when I started as an IT consultant, what do I know about network marketing?
Absolutely.
But what I knew is that I need to succeed in this. What I knew is that I need to make money out of this. So it was about how am I going to do it? I went and looked for books. There's Eric Worre. I mean, I love him because he made me believe that I could do this, which means that anybody can do this. You don't need to have any level of education. We've got security guards who have turned to be professionals. So it's about you applying yourself and deciding and choosing that I want to do this.
One thing that I picked from you is the drive. You wanted to succeed.
Yes.
Could that explain why some people fail in network marketing?
Most definitely. I think it's partly to do with how, when we are in network marketing, how we recruit people into the business. And so sometimes we create this impression, which leads to why, anyway, we create this impression that it's so easy. And I like Vivian kept saying that it is not easy. It is not easy. You know, we create the impression that it is so easy. You just come in and then tomorrow you're a millionaire. And when people get in there and they think they don't need any skill. I just need to speak to somebody and it will happen. And so from my mentor, Eric Worre, when you talk about posers, when I come in and I've got 4 people, if I speak to Vivian and Lesego and so, guys, I'm going to make it big. And then Vivian comes in, she loves my product, she buys it, and she sits back, she enjoys the product. She was not there about network marketing and referring people. Lesego does the same. Now suddenly I don't have a business. So that's a poser. You came in there thinking, maybe, you know. And then you move to become an amateur if you go past that level and you're still surviving. And then you're saying, okay, let me write down the number of people I know. And you start talking to the people. Some of them sign up, some of them don't. And then what happens? When they don't, your list, now all the people that you know around you, they run away when they see you. Lesego is going to sell to us. Vivian is going to, and then your business collapses.
Of course.
Okay, so there's another person. But the ones who are making it are the ones who've decided that they're going to be professionals.
Wow.
Those are the ones who now train and
Okay.
get the skills.
That's awesome. So from what you've just to summarize, there is a process, and you first start as a poser. So,
Most of us start.
So
Some
you,
of us come
you
in
attend
determined.
a presentation, you get all excited, and you're really thinking, I have got 3 friends that I'm going to invite into this network marketing, and then they will duplicate, and
Yes.
before I
And that's
know
not the
it,
case.
I am SD Vivian. I'm at a point where I am a millionaire. But you need to go past that stage.
You need to.
And you need to become an amateur. And when you're an amateur, that's when you start building your contact list. And I remember when we had this discussion the other day, you said something about you have to wake up in the morning, or an author said he wakes up in the morning with a list of 20 people who are going to say no, or something like that.
Yeah, he says that because a lot of people also in the industry struggle with rejection. Okay, so they are scared to go out there and talk to people because they are scared that they'll say no. And when you get a lot of no's, you think, I'm not going to make it in this business. It's not meant for me. So he says that is Ray. There's a book on it. I'll get it one day. I'll give it to you. So now he says he went out looking for no's. That is how he was training himself to accept rejection. So if you imagine this, going out and say every day, you know your ideas that you want people to sign up. But you say, I'm going to go look for 20 no's. So in those 20 no's, there must be a yes somewhere. So imagine if you come back with 1 yes.
Wow.
You know, and so when you decide to become a professional, really network marketing becomes your daily activities must happen. If you ask Vivian how she's made it, the daily activities must happen, especially in the beginning. You know, someone said to me, when you're in network marketing, you have to realize that you're going to be working, and then get paid. Work, and then get paid. Then comes the pay, work. Pay, work. But people come in looking for
The
pay.
Yeah.
And maybe no work.
But you know why? Because when we are recruiting them,
That's what
we're showing them.
That's what we're presenting.
You are going to make so much money in such a small space. No, we present exceptions.
And those are exceptions. I think you're right. We're presenting the results and not the process.
Exactly.
And that could be because we are desperate and we are scared to be rejected.
Exactly.
So it's easier for me to present results in that way. We know that our people, and that's a mindset, our people, they love results, but nobody likes the process. And also to add on what you're saying, in terms of why we're saying it's a profession, recruiting on its own is a skill.
Exactly.
No one is born a recruiter.
Of course.
Sales is also a skill, and it's a skill that you can learn over time. Communication is a skill.
Exactly.
You
yeah.
understand? And team building is
It's a
also
skill.
a skill. You know, that you can learn and acquire over time when you are serious and determined to make it in this industry.
Exactly.
So that's why the mistake we're making, we forgot to look at all those activities and the skills that are required to move those activities from point A to point B. Then we think is a Fagima Luzobona, a Ponzi scheme.
Exactly.
The poser.
Yeah.
I'm bringing my 4, hoping. I was like that as well. You know, my career was the one that required all those activities, but
not network marketing. Exactly.
And that's the sad
That's
part.
the aim.
Our career, you know, that is only paying us once a month, requires those activities, and we're paying attention to them. But network marketing, that is capable of changing your life, then we change. Why?
It is our mindset.
Mindset.
We need to be changing. And I'm glad that we are at the point where we said, no, guys, we need to find a different way of doing this thing.
Because I mean, when I was
Of
still with
course.
F&B, I knew that every morning I have to plan. I mean, we had what we call a stand-up with the team, where we're checking up with each and every project manager to find out how far are you, what is happening with your project. We did that every morning, so everyone knew that from 8 maybe to 6. What activities that had to do, and they had to report back. But now you come to network marketing, Lesego has a team. All of a sudden, we don't do those things. But we want
To see
To see the
The
results.
the results.
Yeah. Something that you just mentioned, SD Vivian, Ponzi. I mean, also, you know, my involvement in network marketing was fate. But how does one differentiate between a Ponzi scheme and a network marketing? I mean, we, especially in South Africa, we know with the recent,
Yeah.
you know,
The pandemic,
information, rather the information that's been ongoing about Ponzi scheme, people have lost money, and now here we are telling people that they need to be part of some network marketing company where they're able to, you know, get another stream of income. But how do I know if what I'm getting myself involved in is a Ponzi scheme or a network
or
marketing?
traditional network marketing business?
Yeah, you know, that is another thing that has really killed the reputation of network marketing. And I know that network marketers as well, when you start presenting your business and you put down the structure on the compensation plan, people say, pyramid, Ponzi, and then we freeze up. Okay? And then when you freeze up, you lose credibility. It's because we fail to understand the difference between the two. A Ponzi scheme, it is very clear that a Ponzi scheme, there is no product to generate money. Okay? So what they will say is that you need to put in so much money and then you need to recruit so many people to make money. But there is nothing that your money is going towards. There is no product or service provided by that money that you are putting forward. So if you were approached with a certain product or opportunity, business opportunity, and it reflects itself, and we are saying it's a network marketing, MLM, multi-level marketing, so you hear different names. You need to ask yourself, is there a product that they are selling? And that product, can it be a product that adds value? Because you must go and resell this thing. So you need, but people are so desperate for money that they would go into anything. And that's why they collapse as well. Because now, there is a Maggy, I'm being told, okay, the recent one that I know of is this WhatsApp one. I've been approached by a lot of people. If I were to look at it, because I use my own experience. So when I go out here and tell you what I am saying, it's because I have looked at it and I had to say, is this a Ponzi according to what I know, or is it a network marketing opportunity? A Ponzi scheme, there is no product. So they said to me, put money in, and I said, where's the money going? No. You need to get more people. And as those people come in, you are going to get a payout. That's classic Ponzi.
That's it.
There is no product. So your earnings are dependent on people coming in.
More people coming.
The minute there are no people, it collapses. However, if it is a product that
adds value,
and people are selling that product, whether I recruit or not, I can go and resell the product and make money.
Get your money back.
I don't have
it's
to.
Not even getting your money back.
Money.
You will be creating consumers.
Exactly.
You understand? That will be coming on daily or monthly basis looking for your product.
For a product. So it's about, the first thing is there a product? So now, not only is there a product, now you say, is it adding value? Is it something that you can honestly,
honestly speaking,
sell it to the next person and say, this is
comfortably,
yeah.
Sell it to the next person. Because, and you're right, that, you know what, that is very important what you say, because we confuse people and say just look for a product or service and we leave it there. But it's not the end. Is that the product that we're not Vivian?
Yeah.
Can you really go and sell and still face that person the next day?
Let's not go and because we want to make money and trick people into doing things that you also know that Mona, you know. So, but people as well, you know, when you are being approached, you need to be applying these things yourself. I'm hearing what you're telling me about your product. Is it going to add value to my life? Am I going to be able to sell it to the next person? Look at the company itself. What do you know about the leadership of that company? Do you resonate with the culture, with what they're doing? So now you are looking at what you're choosing. Do you resonate with what they're trying to do? Number 3, look at the compensation plan. Because some people also say, but Maggy, it's a push. Okay, look at the compensation plan. If I come in after Lesego, will I still make it? So I'm trying to make those decisions for myself. Once I've made it, then I'll say, okay, I'm going in.
Okay.
So true.
Very
because
clear.
It should be a compensation plan that will allow you to carry the next person.
Exactly.
It shouldn't be a marketing plan or a compensation plan rather where it's only one person
that makes it.
Yeah, and that's the reason why I've partnered with Longreach. I knew that I can be able to carry as well multiple people with me. It's not going to be Vivian who's just benefiting from this. Even the last person who's still joining my business today, that person will still benefit. Remember, this is about building relationships as
Yes.
well. You don't want people to just plug in, because when you want that money and they plug in and hang ten, they cannot get to where you are.
And you don't even help them. I think the beauty of network marketing as well is just that, knowing that for you to succeed, you have to help the next person.
That's what
You
it
can't
is.
go in
Yeah.
with selfishness.
Yeah.
You know, there's so many benefits in network marketing. You know, number one, the idea, what you said, that you can make it to the top. You can make it to the top. We said our jobs are not getting us there. Network marketing can get you there if you apply yourself. And you are not alone. You've got a team that's supporting you. You get free training. So really, it is one profession where if you wanted to succeed, you would. You cannot blame the next person if you don't succeed. Because if we look at us here, within our own businesses, you all have the same product. You all have the same compensation plan.
So true.
She's making it, I'm not making it. Am I going to say, but Vivian was not there for me as my upline? The minute you start this, you make a decision, because it's your decision. You would have evaluated and said, okay, I like the product, I like this, I like this. You made a decision, right? The minute you do that, also decide that I am building my own organization. It's not, you say, Vivian, thank you so much. I am so happy you introduced me to this. It's going to change my life. I will talk to you when I need help, but I'm going to run with this. When you start understanding what long reach is all about. You go in to read up, what are they saying? And then I refer, you know what, I read about this and this and this. Is this how it works? You know, so that Vivian, when she decides one day that I don't want to do this, I've met my goals. I just wanted to pay off my house. It's paid up, now I want to spend time with my kids. Can Vivian have the pleasure and opportunity to do that? She has met her goals. We all have different goals when we come into this thing. So don't look on and hold on to Vivian and say, but she's my upline, now she's left me there, she doesn't care about me because she's made money. She's met her goals.
Wow.
Let him.
It could just be that she
It
has
could be
achieved her
that.
goals.
She has achieved what she wanted to achieve. So you haven't achieved what you wanted to achieve. That is why you have to own the business from the day you start. It is not about Vivian. And network marketing allows us to do that. Otherwise, we might as well be in corporate that she's my manager.
Exactly.
While we're there, Vivian, you're one of the most popular words that you like saying, rather. It's what do you say? Network marketing is the only industry that is capable of producing millionaires
in a
in a short space of time.
True.
Why don't people get into this thing? Why?
Perception again. It's perception.
Okay.
It's perception.
Could it just be that I don't want to become a millionaire? I'm okay. I go to work every day. I am a mother. You know, I have got my own business that I am doing, or I have got my own job. I have my own career. Please, I don't want to become a millionaire.
Why did you join us?
No. The question is, what happens if I am in this business, conducting my MLM business as a professional, but then I come across somebody who says to me, but I don't want to become a millionaire. What do I do?
But remember, Lesego, like she said, our goals are different. We're joining, or not joining, we are partnering with this organization for different reasons. My reasons for doing long reach might not be your reasons. The same as it might not be your reasons. So our reasons are different. Yes, I wanted to be a multimillionaire.
Which you have achieved.
Exactly.
But here I am standing in front of a prospect who says to me, I hear you, but I don't want to become a millionaire.
Okay, I think what is important when you are talking to prospects, and when we are in network marketing, that's what we need to be looking at. You are trying to give them a solution to their problem. So understand, why are you coming to me? Yes, you don't want to be a millionaire, but what do you want? Do you just want to use our products and you're happy? Or are you looking at making additional money, but maybe just want 3,000 a month because you are sick and tired of going to your sister every month and saying, hey, Sissy, can I have some more? So understand what they want. Vivian spoke about relationships in this business. If you start building relationships with people in our teams, because I think I like your question, because we find that you lose people in your team because you're trying to push to being a millionaire because you want to be a millionaire.
Exactly.
So now if you understand where they want to be, you meet them where they want to be.
Their point of need.
Because otherwise what you're going to do is you're going to be always talking about, yeah, you guys are not making it, you're not working. And this guy saying, but I'm making 1,000 rands a month and I'm happy.
Yeah.
And then they stop. Because you have made them feel inadequate, they are useless, they are failures. Then they stop participating. And what happens? Your entire business, your organization
Collapse.
You know, so you need to embrace everybody wherever they are at. Someone said that when you are running, when you've got a team in MLM, you need to create a culture that includes everyone.
So true.
And once you do that, you may have that one who said, I only wanted to make 3,000 a month.
And I've made it.
I've made it.
And it's okay.
And you are in there, but you are embracing everybody. So, oh, guys, well done. And they think, but why was I thinking I can only make 3,000 when I'm seeing this? They catch the spark and they fly. You don't know who's going to fly when.
Maggie, what I gather from you is the importance of self-development as a leader.
Yeah, so true.
I mean, many of us come in this industry, we don't educate ourselves, we don't get, the proper skills. But from what I gather from you is, as a leader, you have to focus a lot on self-development so that you are able to grow your business and embrace the different people that you have in the business. Maggie, we are facing the worst economic meltdown. South Africa has shared lots of jobs, and I mean, it's not just South Africa, globally.
So true.
Why must I do network marketing today?
You know, someone says that as we are in these times, there are opportunities for first-time millionaires to be created, not trust fund babies, not I've inherited this, but for first-time millionaires to be created when people choose to engage themselves in the new and emerging industries, and one of them is network marketing.
So true.
Network marketing, and that if you, depending on what you are looking into, the business that you're looking into, you are your own boss when you start. The earning potential is limitless. When we are in corporate, we are limited.
There's a scale.
Yeah, there's a scale.
As well.
And this is just one of those industries where your compensation is performance-based. If you put in the work, you will get the money. So, and another thing is that even though things are so tough, people are getting laid off, yet they get some money and they want that money to stretch, and they hold on to it. But guess what? In 6 months' time, they might not have that money. So now is the time to look at what network marketing opportunities are there that I could look into that resonates with me, that I can put this money in and decide to be a professional and make this thing work for me.
So true.
Wow.
Wow, that's
This
powerful.
is awesome.
That's awesome.
MLM in, during the global pandemic.
That is the only way. And you know
That's
what?
the first word.
That
actually.
is.
Yeah.
And the beauty of it is that, guys, you are not stuck in the same business, okay, the same opportunity. At the same time, I'm not saying jump around, try this one today. There's a lot of them. Hey, there's a lot of them. So you don't want to be trying this one today, that one tomorrow. Think about what you want to achieve.
I think the three things that you have mentioned, you can repeat them again. I think those are very important, and that's where many people are missing it.
Yeah.
Can you mention those again?
About how to spot one, how to identify the one that was going to work for
I
you.
think that is what
should
me and-
resonate with you. The product should add
Exactly.
value in other people's lives.
Yeah, so it's the product, it's the business itself, the company that you
The
are
leadership
buying
of
into,
the
the leadership of
company.
that company, and the compensation plan. And you have to be comfortable with going out there and talking about your product. And another way of, you might not start off being comfortable, but the education comes in. Because most of the companies that are network marketing companies, they've got so much information because they want you to go and sell their product. Maybe let me explain what network marketing is. Because maybe we're just going on.
As we wrap up.
Yeah, people are thinking, what is this? So network marketing is a professional that has been around for more than 50 years. It's nothing new. So if you think people are thinking pyramid, Ponzi, no. Network marketing, once you have identified that thing that works for you, it is just a way of companies choosing to market their product by going directly to their
To the
customers
consumer.
and say, customer, can you sell my product? So there is nothing funny about that. It is a marketing strategy that, number one, word of mouth works best for any company. If you look at companies that are doing very well and have done so in a short space of time, it's because they're doing direct selling with network
word of
marketing.
Yeah,
mouth is more
because
powerful.
otherwise they could be spending the money that they are spending through the compensation plan by paying for advertising, for shelf
Yes,
space at
yes.
the big retail shops.
So
But
understand
instead
that.
they choose to partner with consumers who will obviously get the products to
And then they make money.
to the-
And besides, they've understood the power of word of mouth.
Word of mouth,
That
yes.
is more powerful.
That is exactly it. Word of mouth. You are a glorified salesperson who gets a lot of money.
That's it. That's
You know,
it.
I once read from Dale Carnegie, and at the time he said, if you were to look in companies that are sales driven, actually some of the salespeople might be earning more than the CEO of a company.
Which is true.
So it's extremely important at the same time that one understands that through selling, you can make a lot of money.
You can. But you see, people think that they're not sellers. But you've got the skill. You can learn the skill if you want to do it.
Wow, this has been extremely awesome. Unfortunately, we have come to the end of our talk. SD Vivian, just as we close, what would you like to say to someone at home who has given up? I'm posing the same question to you, who has given up on their dream because MLM didn't work for them. They got into this industry. They were promised that they would become millionaires within a short space of time. Their upliners left. They cannot recruit. They are stuck with products, hopefully not. And where do I go from here? Here are women, successful women, educated, smart women. I mean, we're not talking about, we're talking about women who are smart, who are educated, yet they are flourishing in this industry. What have you got to say to that person that's sitting at home?
Doc, Maggie, thank you so much. This has been powerful. I'm also learning and inspired at the same time. What I'd like to say is there's still hope. And I've really enjoyed what Maggie has said.
Yeah.
And I'm glad that it's coming from her,
A different
person.
mouth. Yeah.
Once we understand that this is a profession and we understand what is a profession, the activities that are involved, it makes it easier. Daily. It makes it easier. Do you understand? For people to make it. And once we understand that we are glorified salesmen, then it also makes it easier for people. Because now, like what Maggie is saying, many they think there's something funny that is happening. I'm even scared sometimes to write network marketing. I don't want to lie.
Yes, true.
On social media, I'd rather say entrepreneur or something. Because you worried. You don't want to be misinterpreted. But now I'm glad, Maggie, you touched on those things. And once I'm telling you, we understand that and we change our mindset, it becomes easier. It's the same thing as with coding. People made it. I remember when I was doing my first year, we were all scared of Java. We were all scared of C++ or COBOL. Nobody wanted to touch any of those languages. But until someone made it easier. So it's the same thing as network marketing. I hope we have simplified it for you. Wow. It is a profession that has activities in it, and those activities can be acquired over time. And once you learn and acquire those activities, you'll do this with pride. I am telling you now, Lesego, you will even go to your meeting with your suit. Because you will start respecting this as a profession.
Exactly.
You understand it? You won't even shy away from selling. I see people shying away from that. When I was still building systems from the bank, I remember we were running this project called F&B Connect. Most of our sales agents who sold the smartphone, some of them were earning more than us through sales. I'm telling you that. I can testify to that. Because that project was the in thing, the first thing that we launched into the market. And everyone wanted a smartphone in F&B Connect. And our sales agent, I'm talking about a sales agent who's just dialing and reading a pitch that has been written by a manager. They earned more than their team leaders, their manager, even the IT executive.
Wow.
Powerful.
Yeah. Sure. Wow. And as Vivian was talking, thinking about when you said I shy away from saying network marketing, I've found that with myself as well, now that I have made it my point to be in this as a professional, for the first time, when someone asked me yesterday, what do you do? I said, I'm an IT consultant who's also a network marketer.
Wow.
And it took me a long time to get to that
I didn't want to be called a networker as well. When you call me a network, I'll be like, hey, I'm an analyst. I felt, I didn't want to be associated with that. And they were like, but you are in Longreach. I'm like, yes, but I'm not a networker. All right? I'm a businesswoman. I am an IT or whatever. Until I understood this.
And own it.
Can you own
it? And to that person who has given up, I'm going to say, what was your why? What was the reason you joined this in the first place? It was not about your upline. It was not about the product. It was about changing something in your life. So what makes people succeed in this is having a why that is big enough to make you get up, even when you don't feel like selling that product, even when your upline is not available, for you to get up and go find the information yourself. So go and revisit your why. Why must this thing work for you? Why you cannot afford for it to fail? And then get back onto it and decide to be a professional and get the skills. Anybody can learn these and you can succeed.
Wow. Thank you so much, ladies. I must say, I honestly feel that we haven't covered everything. I'm hoping that one day, Maggy, we will invite you again in the studio where we can unpack some of the issues related to network marketing. On that note, I would like to thank you all for your time. It has been a true honor and a privilege to have your attention during this time. SD?
Yeah, thank you so much to our viewers. We do not take this for granted. Long reachers, thank you so much for your time. And Doc, I really appreciate you bringing Maggy here. She's really added value. I enjoyed this session. Thank you.
Thank you. God bless.